Howdy, meow. Welcome to Pet Talk TV. This is your family's about we're not about when it comes to your pets. So come join our community of pet lovers and allow us to entertain you and hopefully even inspire you. Our topic for today is about community cats. Yes, have you ever experienced really just getting so annoyed with cats of your neighbors, or perhaps even cats of your own friends because they go over your car or they poop in your garden and they leave dead things, dead animals around your background, and they're so noisy at night. So we are here today to discuss our personal experiences with cats, our problems about cats, and also what we think might be solutions. But we will have a part two to this. Now we are live on Facebook and YouTube on the first and third Saturday of the month, Philippine time. So if you're watching this on a replay, just move the video forward. My name is Tita Mee, shortcut for Tita Meow, because I love cats. But we do talk about other animals as well. And if you have just missed that, our topic for today is about community cats. Is it possible to transform them from being a pest to being pets? And we have a group of people with us. Not all of them will be with us today. We're going to have a part two, as I told you. But we have invited a very special friend. Her name is Chi Medallia. Welcome, Chi. Hi, Chi.
Hi.
Hi,
Thank you
Chi.
for
You
guesting me once again.
I know she, and I'd just like to tell everybody that she is a solo animal rescuer and an animal welfare advocate since 2009. She started with one kitten who accidentally appeared in their garage, skittish and feisty, yet ended up to be the very first member of her family. Then the rest is history. She rescued two dogs who escaped the meat trade. Can you imagine that? One with severed hind legs crawling the streets of Pasig and was taken by a shelter. And then she also spearheaded the rescue of 55 dogs inside the Antipolo pound in 2016. Wow, that's a big feat. And she has rescued many cats and kitten strays since then, and most of them adopted. And from what I know, you have rescued she about 100 cats, right?
No naman. I don't know, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. So to have fun in this discussion about pets, cats, and dogs, let's welcome a good friend, also a part of the community of pet lovers. Let's welcome our beautiful friend, Audrey. Yes, Audrey Turai. Hello,
Hello. Hi.
Audrey.
Hi.
Hi. Thank you for having me today. It's my honor to be part of the community in your talk show.
Yeah, yes, it's so nice because why are we doing this? Because Audrey, Chi and I have Chi was our pioneer guest, when we did this just a few months ago, because we just started. Petty Talks, actually, Audrey, is it's an advocacy for responsible pet ownership and also gratefulness, because what we want to do at the end of the day is to be grateful to our creator, for
Mhm.
each other, people first, and then of course the pets and animals we have and the rest of nature. So okay, so in our poster we showed that let me show that, no. So community cats, the issue is, not only where we are, we don't have to say where each of us live, but I know that you are aware, Audrey and she, that there
Mhm.
are really problems with let's zero in on cats, because there are also problems with stray dogs, but for today let's talk about cats. But before I go into that, I know about she, I'd like to hear from you, Audrey. Why do you
Mm.
like cats? What made you,
Well,
how did you start taking care of cats?
okay. So actually, I'm not a cat lover. I'm more of a dog person kasi. But then
Okay.
yes, but then I'm an avid animal lover. I have
Oh,
four
wow.
dogs, in fact, at home. And
Yes.
at the peak, I think I had six dogs. So
Wow.
yes, and then so there's this uh, cat problem in our community, as you know. And then they have this solution, but I don't think it was a very good solution. So I decided to volunteer and help out in my own way. I can help the community, I can help the cats, and treat them in a humane way because they're still animals. They have feelings. They can feel. So they're just like dogs. So I don't think they're pests to me. Maybe to
Mm-mm.
some neighbors, yes, but to me, definitely not. I'd rather have cats than rodents.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. So that's why I
That's
wanted
right.
to help out in this initiative and contribute naman to our Lexington community.
Yeah, okay. So thank you. You know, you are so inspiring, Audrey, because
Thank you.
you know, hearing that you're not really a quote unquote cat lover, but more of a dog lover, yet you go out of your way. You know, it's not easy to be vocal, you know, when like people, because I may be a cat lover, but you know, let me confess to you, to both of you, I was an irresponsible cat owner in the village where I live. You know, before I started this advocacy, I loved cats, but only my own. If it's the neighbor's cats, you know, so shameful, but let me share this story with you. When I used to live down the road here, and then I'd hear a cat bully my cat. I'd go out with a big stick. I won't hit the other cat, but I'd really chase it away. I'd really like throw a stone at the cat, not meaning to hit it, but to scare it
Mm-hmm,
because I didn't want my cat to be bullied. Kasi when we got my cat, maliit lang siya. It was
mm-hmm,
small. His name's Basket, and he wasn't, you know, he didn't grow up, I think, to be good. So, and then my son would say, Mom, stop doing that. Let him learn to fight for himself. But you know, kahit 3 a.m., don't tell anybody, yeah. Kahit 3 a.m., I'd go out when they hear them so noisy. And then, no,
uh-huh,
that's my cat. I'd go out, I'd turn on the lights, and then, when I started this, Audrey and it's so funny because I started this. And then my cat, I would hear cats noisy outside, and then
uh-huh.
I'd get an umbrella and try to shoot
Mm.
away. And then I said, oops, teka lang, baka ma-video ako. Baka ma-video ko ng neighbor Petty Cats host, Petty
Mm-hmm,
Talks TV host na nang chase away. So it teaches us, 'di ba? That's the nice thing about what we're doing now is
mm,
it teaches us things that we don't expect ourselves naman to know everything. We're not experts, we're not vets, we're not really unlike Chi, no? Ang dami ng experience sa cats. But this is why we do this because and I was hoping if only they were available today kasi may biglang the others no that were supposed to be here, we'll have them for their part two because like what we'll do now is Chi, what do you think is the reason why cats become a problem to the neighborhood? You think you can answer that?
Well, for one, you really see cats everywhere because I think basically since they're stray and the cat population really grows that big.
Mm-mm.
Um, First and foremost, they really reproduce in a short span of time.
Yeah, how
So
short?
in a matter of 6 months, they're pregnant again.
Yeah, you were sharing before, 'di ba? Parang
Yeah.
yeah, ganun
And
kabilis.
you cannot do away with cats because they're everywhere. They're basically they're in every community because
mm,
like most strays, dogs, and like even people, they also have feelings. They feel hunger, they feel thirst, they get hurt. They really are sentient beings. That's how it
Mm-mm.
is. So
Mm-mm.
to address that, basically you really have to do the spay and neuter program
Mm.
for
Mm-mm.
every community, and that's what most of my friends who are in the admin of shelters and organization does. But with the stringent budget, they
Mm-mm.
can only serve certain communities. So the reason why
Mm.
they are there in the community is because they reproduce a lot talaga. But most of the time by nature. some of
Mm-hmm.
them don't survive, but you will see certain a family of cat that has that had that gave
Mm.
birth around 4 or 5 usually ends up having just two kittens alive.
Mm, I
So
see.
that's how
So
it is.
the death
Yes,
rate is kind of high, no? And
yes, it's
that's also what I gathered na from my talks with, because of course, like Audrey, we have had many guests here. We have had pause, to tell us about their whole program. So I'm very
Uh-huh.
confident with what I'm saying now because it came from them. You really, like, to Cheese point, you really can't do away with cats, eh? Because like, I understand she also shared this before, that when the problem cats you have now go away, when you throw them away, there will still be stray cats in the community, because if cats are, what do you call that, they're territorial, diba? They
Mm.
mark their places.
yes, right.
And there are always stray cats. There's so many. I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of cats, and that's why it's really, if our desire, I don't know, if our desire is to eliminate cats in your neighborhood, parang stray cats in your neighborhood, I maybe we can minimize the cats, no, roaming around. But I think to totally not have them, it would be impossible. But you know what? I'll tell you. There's a village before that we were considering to live in, and
Mm-mm.
bawal talaga yung pets, even dogs. How
Oh,
sad, 'di ba? How sad.
very
It's a
sad naman.
prominent it's a prominent village somewhere between Pasig and Quezon City. I
I
won't tell
wouldn't
you
live in that
where.
village, not ever.
No way.
Those who hate
Yeah.
strays,
It's it's
no,
Nope.
it's
no.
a it's a yeah, yeah, it's a village. Bawal daw
They'll
ang
be
cats
festered
because,
with rodents, I'm pretty sure.
yeah, kasi yung mga kotse nila sobrang mga expensive siguro. That's why they'd rather do away with cats. So, I'd like to go back to Audrey. Audrey,
Mm.
why are you more of a dog lover? Is there something about cats naman that you don't like? Sige nga, tell
Oh,
me honestly.
okay. All right. It's a funny, very funny story. When
Yes.
I was a teenager, I used to tutor when I was living on.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So teenager, I think I was 18 nung time na yon. But while I was tutoring, I suddenly felt I needed to go to the bathroom for number two.
Yes.
And
Mm-mm.
yung tinututoran ko, meron siyang cat, Siamese cat, all black, I
Oo.
remember.
Okay.
So I went to their bathroom and they have this cat door
Mm-mm.
sa CR. So I was doing my thing, and then this cat, the Siamese cat, came in to the
Oh my
bathroom
golly.
and then jumped on my lap.
While you were sitting on
Yes, while I was doing my thing,
and
he
you were
jumped on
still
my lap.
young. Oo.
Yes. So,
Ay,
parang ang
kawawa.
tagal ko doon. So, hindi ko siya ma-push kasi parang tumitingin siya sa akin, tapos medyo galit siya. So, I was scared na if I push him away, he'll scratch me. So, I
Mm.
sat there, waiting for him to go away. Pero ang tagal niya, ayaw pa rin niya umalis. Parang nag-enjoy siya sa lap ko. Siguro mga 30 minutes ako doon bago siya, bago siya
Dramatic.
umalis. Oo, bago siya umalis. So, binayaran pa rin ako for the whole hour nung kahit nasa CR ako. So yun, parang after that, medyo parang okay, meron akong medyo konting sa cat. I know not all cats are like that, but after that,
Yeah.
medyo may konting ako sa cats. Oh wait, don't come too near
Phobia.
me.
Yeah.
But
So,
yeah, but
how
I'm
did he
okay.
leave?
Hindi naman ako I don't have a cat phobia. Um,
Okay.
no, hindi naman ako takot sa pusa or anything, but because of that experience siguro, mas napunta ako sa dogs. Mas pinili ko
Mm.
mag-alaga ng dog.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Yeah, and then my kids, they have skin asthma as well. So
Mm-mm.
I that's why I cannot take care of cats at home kasi it will aggravate
Mm.
their eczema, their skin asthma. Yun. But I don't mind them roaming around my house. Yan, dadaan sila, ganyan. So,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
yeah.
Ako naman, I find cats so cute. That's why if you ask me what my favorite dog is, it's a pug. Because of the way it looks.
I have
Ikaw, how
two
many cats?
pugs.
You have two pugs, mine na lang. Joke. I
Yes.
cannot take care of cats. I'm an irresponsible cat owner, pet owner, aminado. Because, hey, let me share this, no, Audrey and Chi. Kwentuhan lang naman tayo dito. That's
Mm,
what this is all about, no. Let me share with you that I learned that, because, before, when my cat was small, so, syempre, ayaw ko siyang lumabas, 'di ba? Ganyan. And then took them to the vet, bawal lumabas. And then when it started to I didn't know about spay and neuter. So when it started to grow older, it would go wild. It would go up our ano talaga, our the ceiling has beams. Tapos it would
mm,
really climb and try crazy to go out of the house. So eventually we let it out ganyan. And nasasanay na siya lumabas. So what would the cat would do is pag oras kumain, uuwi. Okay. Tapos lalabas na naman. So it came to a point where before I had the cat litter box, it came to a
mm,
point where he won't use it anymore. He'd just be out. Lalaki kasi,
mm,
be
mm,
out. Tapos will just come home to eat. I would just realize and I learned from Pause that that's not cat responsible cat ownership because
mm,
there's no such thing though as a roaming pet because if your
mm,
cat roams outside then it's not a pet, it's a stray.
mm,
And also one lesson no that I learned also from Pos is cats are tamad animals. They said that to those that have problems that they see cat poop, no, cats usually, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chi. No, but what I heard is cats are tamad and they do their thing. They do their poop, not too far from their place. They won't walk so far away to poop. Tama ba yon? Is that your
Yeah.
experience, Chi? Ganon sila,
Yes.
no? Yeah,
Yes.
so one of the solutions that POS shared before was that we provide a space for the cats to do
mm.
their litter near their place of eating. And ito, mga pointers, no, for those that are listening now that are wanting to hear solutions or practices. Hey, jump in. I'm just sharing what I know, not what I did, but what I learned because of this. One thing is, first of all, cats eat on a regular time. Okay, so you can train them to
Yes.
to
Mhm.
to eat
Right.
at a regular time. Like remember, Chi, we had the guest si Jeanie, no? Sabi niya,
Yeah.
malate ka ng 5 minutes, alam ng
Yeah.
cat na late
So
ka.
true.
So,
Yeah. Right.
yeah, so they
They
eat at
keep
a
running on
regular
your
time.
door.
Yes, and then also when they poop, keep the litter box nearby because that's where
Mhm.
they like to do their thing. And then secondly, cats are. Did you know this, Audrey? Cats
Mhm.
are supposed to be. Sabi ng POS, cats are supposed to be scared of people. Meaning to say,
Oh.
the cats when they're too socialized, like in BGC, that's what happened. They jump on the tables already in the
Mm.
restaurants. So what paused the I don't know the strategy of Cara because I never dealt with them, but the strategy of pause is they really put the cats in a certain area. That's the food. And then I don't know what they do, but the cats don't roam around during the day.
Oh,
Lumalabas sila
okay.
at night and what they do is they look for rats to kill.
Mhm. Mm.
So, I don't know how they do that. I don't know, I forget. Ikaw ba, Chi, do you know anything of that? Like, how to train them para they won't be gala ng gala during the day? Or you just
Actually,
really don't let them out? If there's spayed
thank
and
you for
neutered, di yan gagala, di ba?
yeah, thank you for that that pointer from Pause na. So now I realize most of my cats here are strays, but they have
Yes.
collars because I
Yes.
already have them fixed. Because
Yes.
I only have around 6 or 7 cats inside my house.
Mm-mm.
Those are the ones that are also fixed, but I choose to have them like Nala, my very first cat.
Your white,
Yeah,
white si Nala, di ba?
no,
She
gray
beside you.
and white.
Gray.
Nala is a
Oh,
boy.
oo, oo.
Kaya nga when he started showing his gender, sabi ng daughter ko, "Oh, akala ko ba girl 'yan? Bakit may balls?" Sabi nung point niya may balls.
Okay.
Anyway,
Huh.
so most of my rescued cats are outside. So they have their had them made an apartment of, a cat box, so that when it rains they stay there and in our garage. And
Mm,
some of them are kept inside a cage because they are waiting for their maturity for spay and neuter.
Mm-hmm.
And the
mm,
rest are sick, kaya I need to confine them. So what I do, that's tama sila, you do the regular time, regular feeding, one in the morning and one in the evening. So
mm,
maririnig mo na sila pag gutom, maingay
mm,
talaga. They would
mm.
really clamor, they would really tell you, "Hey, I'm hungry, human, you feed me na." Ganon.
Yun.
That's
Okay.
how it is. Tama, they're so tamad. After feeding, they will just lounge in on the bench or on the table, provided they're in the space in the garden. And I don't have problem with the litter, except for those who are confined at home and inside a cage, because my house is situated in a vacant near a vacant lot, so they do their
Mm,
thing there.
mm,
Just
mm.
then when I visit, pag nakita ko na medyo naka-expose, I just get the walis ting ting and cover it up,
Mm. So you're
something like
being
that.
responsible also, no? Hindi mo lang
Yes, yes, something like
pinapabayaan.
that. But most of the cats I put collars so that they're identified that they're mine. I used to
Okay.
be parang kind of a shelter because every now and then makakita kami ng kittens nilalagay dun sa doorstep namin.
Mm, okay.
Yeah. But as an animal welfare advocate, that you never stop the rescue thing. Minsan I
Mm,
want to give up na kasi, excuse me, the budget and the time you spend to care for them, especially if they're young, and you need to give them vitamins, and some of them are sick when you get them. So kailangan yung time consuming siya with the nature of our job, we're always out. So I get to tend to them only after I come from work.
Mm.
So yun, mahirap. Dapat talaga may regular feeding time. Kasi kung hindi, papakainin mo na papakainin yan, naku, mayat maya yan. So morning, twice a day ko
mali.
lang sila pakainin. Yeah, that's it.
So it's not right to just feed them. And there's a practice also that I used to do which is wrong pala. Yung I leave the dish. I leave the dish and the water para anytime siya kumain, pwede. Mali
Mm-hmm.
pala yun. Dapat
Mm.
pala feeding time
Kasalanan ko
and
rin
then
yan. Guilty ako dyan.
oh, okay.
So now I just leave a water bowl. Yun lang. Kasi
Water lang
cats,
at least.
they need, they're carnivorous. They're really, parang ang ano nila, ancestor nila yung mga big cats like the tigers and the
Mm.
lion, no? So, carnivore sila. The thing when they're in the wild, they can get nutrients and water through the raw meat that they eat. Since
Mm-mm,
now, pinapakain natin sila ng kibbles, right? Dry kibbles like cat
mm-mm.
food. Wala silang
Source of
nakukuhang what do you call this?
water.
Water.
Oh.
Yung,
Mm-mm,
yung para ma-moisturize yung
Mm-hmm.
kanilang katawan. So they need really a bowl of water there beside the feeding area para anytime they're thirsty, they can get water. Kasi ang pinaka number one major issue ng sakit ng cats are UTI and bladder. Meron na akong mga
oh.
cats na surgery dahil sa ganon, nagba-bladder blockage sila because of
Okay.
the, so you have to be choosy also, even if they're strays, you have to be choosy with what you feed them, especially the brands,
Really?
kasi maraming
Oo,
cat
oo.
food na maaalat. And of
Mm-mm.
course, you cannot turn
Okay.
a blind eye pag nakita mo nang di maihi yung cat, kahit ba stray cat siya. Kasi makikita mo, yung urine nila may blood Kawawa naman. That's part of your
Mm.
advocacy if you're really an animal lover.
Yeah, so
That's it.
ano ang dami kong natututunan talaga kay Chiki.
Ako
That's why
din.
Chi, I always love it when you join because you're speaking from experience, 'di ba? Na
Yeah, kasi
not
Tita Mee,
not
alam mo naman ako pagkadating sa animal, wala, even if I'm so tired, once I go home, or even if I'm out, if I come home late, tatawag na ako. Hindi ko tinatanong yung mga anak ko kung kumain na sila Tatanungin ko, pinakain ka? Kaso, o meron na akong niluto dyan. Kailangan sometimes I do an extra effort of cooking for them, especially yung lalagyan mo ng gulay for the dogs. Yung kalabasa is good
ah,
for the cats because their fur, their skin, yung fur nila gumaganda. and
Mm.
you introduce somehow gulay in their
Mm-mm.
meal para naman medyo balance. Kasi imagine mo,
Mm-mm.
they're eating dry kibbles every day, twice a day. So now I put extra effort, like medyo magastos na. I get whiskas or, feline gourmet. I mix it in a bowl and then add it with the dry kibbles para meron naman silang tubig, may
Sauce,
sabaw.
saucy.
May
Yeah.
may sauce, may sabaw, something like that. And they love it.
Choosy ah.
Yeah,
Choosy yung
because,
animals
nag-start
natin.
ako niyan kasi I have two cats that have dental issues. Talagang wala na. They have missing teeth. Hirap na sila grind ng pagkain. Kawawa. You see them talagang salivating. Sabi ng son ko, minsan talagang pagod na ako. I give them dry kibble. So, kakainin naman. Naku, makikita mo, hirap na hirap ngumuya. Kaya now, I
Because
make
they're
an
so
extra
hungry
effort
na.
sa mga walang dental problems. May sabaw na lang sila lahat para happy, happy. Gano'n.
Tas yun na rin ang kakainin ng mga anak. Hindi, joke lang. Pero pwede, di ba, they can eat human food, di ba? The cats, they can eat
Yeah, but
human
what I
food.
do with that, no, I'm not, I'm confession to, and I'm not embarrassed to share. Kasi, bawa
Okay.
kumain kami sa restaurant, nakita ko sa kabilang table, ang daming leftovers. Ay, hindi ako mahiya. Waiter, waiter. Sabi ko, ano ba? Akin na lang yan, ganyan. Even with the chicken bones, but I don't feed dogs with chicken bones or cats, no. What I do is I gather them together, and then I wash them, and then I cook them again, and then I drain them. So, para wala ning alat. Kasi bawal sa dogs and sa cats yung maalat. That's the one major cause of UTI and bladder problem for me. So, gusto nila yon. So, I make extra effort. This is really, you will not do this if you're not passionate about animals. If you
Yeah.
don't have
Ibang
compassion,
level.
wala kang grace, hindi mo magagawa yan. Talaga.
The,
Yun. And
the,
hindi ako nahiya. Pinagagalitan nga ako mga anak ko, Mami, hindi ka nahiya. Ay, wala akong pakialam. Kasi, naawa ko sa mga strict. That's how it is. Kasi minsan,
yeah.
pit mo na yan. Paglabas mo ng restaurant, you happen to see a dog. So, I know, I sort it out talaga. Minsan, pinagagalitan na ako ng asawa ko. I don't mind. Even, I have baon of cat food and dog food in my car. I have newspapers,
Really?
or bag, sometimes a box. Kasi baka mamaya ma-encounter mo yung needy animal, yung nasagasaan. These are, first aid kits, no? Kailangan nandyan, ready
Yeah.
ka eh. Kasi
It's
talagang yun eh. That's my advocacy. I cannot turn a blind eye to a needy animal. That's how it is. Once you're there. Yun lang. I
ang
just wanna
galing
share.
naman. So, ano, no, Audrey, ibang level talaga, no,
Sobrang
the passion.
nakaka-admire si Ate Chi.
Yeah.
Yung kanyang
Yeah. Yeah,
commitment.
and she really she really does go out of her way. Talagang
Yeah.
another animal advocate na impressed nga kay Chi, sabi intense daw because she really, she's the kind of person that will pick up a hurt, a run over, no? Run over animal on the
Hindi lang
street
yun,
or
Tita Mee and Audrey, no? There was a time I was going to a client in Antipolo. Malapit siya
mm,
dyan sa Paddy's Point, if you're familiar with that,
Yeah,
and
yep.
Cloud. I saw a dead cat in the middle of the road. I really parked my car a few meters away from it. Then I opened yung blinkers. I went down, I got the cat, I shoved it, I placed it on the side of the road. Kasi, grabe, mararan over lang yun. Parang di ba nakakakita ka na ng mga dead animals na
pisang-pisa.
flat,
Mm-hmm.
totally flat na dry na?
Mm-hmm.
Nakakita kong ganun eh. Kasi parang sa akin, in respect for God's creation, kawawa naman, parang several times masasagasaan. Sometimes kita mo na talaga whatever is going out of the body.
Yeah.
Sobrang kawawa. I just place it on the side of the road and then let the street sweeper get it. Or kung meron
Mm-hmm.
naman akong, kasi busy road siya so hindi na ako makakuha ng dyaryo or supot, whatever. Pero may dala akong ganon, extra bag. So I place them inside. Wala akong pakialam kung ma-dirty hands ko, and then I place it inside the bag and then put it beside the garbage can, or
Mm-hmm.
kung merong lupa nilalagay ko, mag-decay na lang siya, maging part siya ng
Mm-mm,
nature.
mm-mm, mm-mm,
Fertilizer, di ba, per se, ganun. That's
mm-mm.
how it, sorry,
Wow.
I'm not telling everyone to be like that, but, I really way. There was the time na papunta rin kami Pampanga, we rescued two kittens in the middle of NLEX. We even
Mm.
ask permission from the guard there, yung patrol. Sabi ko, pwede bang mag-convoy tayo sa likod ka namin para kasi titigilan ko sa middle. Ayaw nila. Sabi niya, "Ma'am,
Hmm,
papayagan ka namin pero wag mo na kaming ano, sabihin na
isama.
mag-alam ka sa amin." Ayaw nila
Mm-mm.
ma-involve kasi kung may mangyari sa amin, sagutin nila kami pero ako I don't mind.
Hmm,
And we were
mm.
really able to save those kittens.
Mm.
Ayun.
Wow. So, I hope those that are listening now will be inspired and will wonder, bakit ganyan? But may mga tao na they go through that extent, no? Of taking care of animals. And later on, before we close, and we will be closing now because sorry, I said only half hour, but as usual, it's always fun to talk to you, Chi and Audrey, no?
Mm.
So, but
I'm
we'll
also
go into
amazed
that.
with
Yes,
Audrey kasi
please.
she doesn't love cats but your love for animals whether they're cats or dogs, that's a
Yeah.
start, Audrey. That would really be a start to awaken you in a lot of things with regard to animals whether they're cats or dogs.
Mm.
Minsan nga ngayon pa kahit mga lizard dito kasi we live in a village that is still ano parang maraming puno.
Uh-huh.
Mm-mm.
I don't hurt the lizard, yung
Yeah, me too. I
lizard,
don't.
Oh,
I
yung
don't mind
wow.
them.
yeah, yung mga langgam, gano'n, yung mga spider,
Pati
yung bull,
langgam. Naku,
lizard. Sabi ko, naku, they're
spider,
all
I
part of the
kill
balance of nature. Why will I
spider.
hurt them? Pero nung araw,
Yeah.
wala akong pakialam. Papatayin ko yun. Now with this
Yeah, nung
animals
araw.
talagang, it goes beyond.
You know, last kwento. Do you know that there are lizards in the house and you won't believe it. Sometimes I see them on our dining table. Yung kunyari,
Mm-hmm.
patay, tas bigla kang pupunta. Sa inyo din, Audrey?
Tapos mabubuhay.
Dining. Sabi ko, ibang klase. Because when I was young, lizards used to be on the ceiling lang.
Ah,
Pero no, I never see them on the ceiling. They're
Well,
never on the ceiling. They're on my table. They're on top of the kitchen counter. Biglang tatakbo, hiding. Lizards talaga to, ah. And then one time, nag-trap yung husband ko, yung fly paper. You know what my
mm.
son did? Nag-research siya sa YouTube how to free a lizard. Tapos
Uh-huh.
yun, talagang he went out far outside and he got baby oil and really talagang nag-effort siya ng ilang minutes so that the lizard can be loose from the fly paper. Yun.
Mm.
oh, how
I
Yung
don't
sweet.
mind
awang
lizards kasi 'di ba
Yeah.
they eat insects,
the
lamok,
Yeah,
insects.
they eat
Yeah.
langaw.
mosquitoes. They
I
eat
hate them.
mosquitoes. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, okay, so it was fun talking to you and yun, we gathered a few things. Maybe these are tips no that the audience can take note of when, again, to summarize, when you take care of animals, be responsible enough to make sure that they are fed on time, specific space, provide litter box, do not let them go out if you want to be a pet owner. But if you don't want to be a pet owner and you don't want your cats to live around you, you have to, what do you do ba talaga when pagka ganyan, hindi mo naman cat, you happen to live in a community that has lots of cats. So yan ang part 2
Don't hurt
natin.
them. That's
Solutions.
number one.
Don't hurt them.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Don't
number
hurt
one.
them. Thank you
Kung
for
ayaw mo
saying
Agree.
sila,
that.
don't hurt them. Don't mind them. Or just kung gusto mo, wag lumapit sa'yo, lagyan mo ng pagkain somewhere. Para doon na lang sila
Okay.
pumunta. Because they're just hungry.
They're
They're
just
hungry
hungry.
animals.
Okay, they're
Yun.
just hungry. So true, no? Paano yun pag umaakyat sa kotse mo? Anong gagawin mo? What's
Ay,
your
sanay na
antidote
ako
to
sa
that?
kotse. Sabi ko sa husband ko, Han, kotse lang yan. Nagasgas yan. Kotse lang yan. Kaya ko pa repaint yan. Ganun na.
Wow,
But
Actually,
talagang,
really,
may neighbor tayo. Just na nung
oo,
nag-message sa akin about cats.
oo, oo.
Deterrent niya. I think she picked it up from our group chat din na she would use water gun. So parang effective daw. Like maalis daw
Mm-mm.
yung
oh,
cats. Pero at
wag
least
lang
hindi
Mm-mm.
pellet
naman daw
gun, ha?
nasasaktan. No. Water gun lang. And hindi
Water
naman
gun lang.
nasasaktan yung cat kasi mahina
Oo,
lang yung
oo.
water gun. But good deterrent daw. So,
You know why they
Okay.
like cars? Kasi mainit.
Why?
yes.
Mainit
Ah.
eh. They feel warm. They feel
Mm-mm.
warm there. Lalo na sa
Mm-mm.
mga gulong, tapos yung ibabaw ng hood kasi malamig ngayon. That's why they like
Mm-mm.
cars.
Mm. At
Yeah.
saka they like to be on top, 'di ba? So
Yeah.
siguro magandang solution do'n, I don't know. I'm just imagining we provide, maybe in a community we can have like a what a cat park, or like provide a space where the cats can really like
Remember
enjoy.
their family of tigers, 'di ba, and lions? So, gustong-gusto
Okay.
ng mga cats nasa ibabaw sila. They feel superior. That's part of their nature, eh. They want to
Okay.
be on the top. They feel
Mm-mm.
superior like pag gano'n. Kaya nga yung cat boxes ko, dinikit ko sa wall, eh, para nakakatungtong silang gano'n.
Oh
They
wow,
love
how
it.
nice. So yon, number one thing is we shouldn't hurt them because they're
Yes.
animals of God. And ito, I borrowed this from you, no? Yan, asan ba? Ito, madami tayong mga biblical verses eh. In His hand is the life of every creature and the breath of all mankind. In the hand of God. Okay, and then, ayun. So, ito, very appropriate. The
Yeah,
righteous
that's
care
my
for the
verse.
needs of their animals, but the kindest acts of the wicked are cruel. So, if you're planning to do something cruel, or if you think that, if you find the animals pestering you, try to consider not to be cruel. What if that was your animal? What if that was your pet? You
Or
know,
what
or
if that was
yeah,
you? Sorry.
exactly.
Don't go beyond. Kung nagkapalit
Yeah,
kayo ng place.
right. At saka wala naman guarantees eh, 'di ba? We cannot guarantee, let's say, oh, yan, guaranteed ba yan? Wala naman guarantee sa mundo. The only thing that's sure and certain is that we will all go, and we
Yeah,
will either go to heaven or to hell.
yeah.
So sometimes,
Two
we are asked,
destinations.
right, sometimes we will be asked, anong solusyon mo dyan? Sigurado ka ba? Kasi ayoko nang may cat ditong pumupunta sa bubong ko. Ayoko nang may cat na nagpo-poop dito. Dito in my lawn behind me, naku talaga, minsan when there's a cat there, paporma na siya, I just bang on the window, tatakbo
Yeah.
na siya. 'Di ba? Kasi
You do
talagang
precautionary measures. Like sa akin, gusto nila yung garden ko dito eh, malapit sa bintana. Kapag bukas yung
okay.
bintana, sa ko, very strong yung smell ko eh. Naku, ayan na. I
Mm-mm.
just, minawalis ko na kagad. Tapos I put vinegar. Nakaka-help yung
Mm.
vinegar eh.
Mm, mm.
Vinegar. Ayaw nila yon. But never
Mm.
Zonrox kasi masama yan sa animals.
Environment.
Whether
And sa
dogs or
environment.
cats. Oo.
Yeah.
In the
Okay,
environment,
so
right?
yeah, the environment. So thanks for the tips. Thank you so much, Audrey, for taking time to share with us your stories. That even if you're not a cat lover, you're a dog lover, but you love animals, which is awesome, diba? And of
Yeah,
course,
Thank
Chi
right.
with
you.
all the
You're
experience you
welcome.
have.
Go, Audrey. Be an
Okay.
influencer there with Tita Mee.
Ako, ano lang ako, I'm just a voice, trying to hear both sides. Kasi the issue is, we cannot also naman, to the people that don't like cats or whatever animals. I feel you kasi I don't l- I'll be honest, I'm not a real all animals lover. I have specific animals that I like I like cats, I like pugs, I like rabbits, I like fish, I like birds. Madami na rin pala, no? I like animals, but we feel, kami, and it's probably because, Audrey and she, my take with this discussion is, I think the people that don't like cats and have problems with cats or other animals pestering them is because they don't understand the nature of why these animals are doing it. So, for the love of God and for the love of human life and nature, let's a bit step out of our comfort zone and
Mhm.
understand creatures
Yes.
that God put around
Yeah.
us. Because if this was not, these were created by God. Like who are
Yeah.
we to say na kailangan mawala yan sa mundo or ganun.
That's
Di ba
right.
kahit na nga
Or
criminal na
euthanize.
tao, yeah, we cannot just impose, patayin niya,
Yes.
di ba? So parang ganun, no? Yun lang. I think I totally understand if a person will not like a certain animal. But I think with just a little patience and a little seeking,
Understanding.
yeah,
Yeah.
understanding,
Definitely
magbabago yung
understanding.
perspective.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
That's
change of
how you,
perspective.
just like dogs, Audrey, di ba? Your dogs have certain behaviors that you have to understand for certain breed,
Yes.
right? Kunyari, si Pug ganito, si Husky ganito. You know, once you get yourself into them, maintindihan mo, ganito pala yan, ganito pala nature niyan. So, ikaw yung magbe-blend kasi tayo yung may intellect eh. Tayo yung
Mm-mm.
Right. I
nakakaintindi,
love that
right? Di
Correct.
ba?
point.
Tayo yung
Yeah.
nakakaintindi. So, dapat you go down to their level and then,
Mm-mm.
these are cute animals. They're babies, I call them babies. Kasi,
Mm-mm.
nakakawala talaga. They're my stress busters talaga.
Mm-mm.
Grabe. Cats
Ang
and dogs.
cute-cute
Audrey, by
kaya.
the way, I also
Yeah.
have dogs. I also
Yeah,
have
Ah,
she
dogs.
has
okay.
dogs.
Yeah. I
Cat
have
and
Shih
dog
Tzus,
yan.
and I have a Dachshund that was given, and a cute Aspin na nung na-rescue ko puro galis, ngayon mukha na siyang imported. Gano'n ang itsura niya. They're
Galing
so
naman ni Chi.
Very
loyal, they're
nice.
so malambing. Grabe talaga yung animals, both cat and dogs. Pareho
Mm.
silang malambing.
Wow. Okay, so with that, we sad to say we will have to end today's session. So thank you so much, Audrey and Chi.
Yeah.
Again, we're
You're
gonna have a part
welcome.
two,
Hope to
the
meet you again,
solution and the
Audrey.
plan. Yes, Chi, sana
Yes.
mag
Yes,
face to
for
face,
sure.
no? And Chi, yung
Oo.
ministry, yung ministry
Yeah.
natin, pet
Oo.
ministry. Let's talk about that, in
Yeah.
church. Okay,
Sige.
so ladies and gentlemen, so thank you. Let me put you to the backstage. Don't leave yet. Okay, I'll
Yeah.
just say my bye
Okay.
byes. And all right. And with that, we would like to thank everybody who joined us today. We hope that you have picked up something that, we are really just all creatures of God inhabiting the earth. And we are never sure of tomorrow. So we cannot guarantee that whatever solutions we come up with to get rid of pesky animals will work 100%. But like what our guest said, let's try and understand what these animals need. And maybe with a little humbling of the heart and a little compassion, we will be able to live with these animals side by side. After all, the world was made by God to have animals, plants. So let's just be thankful that we are given a day each day to experience life and the beautiful things around us. With that, I'd like to say bye bye and hope to see you next Saturday. This is Tita Mee for Petty Talks TV. God bless you all.